welcome to Kamahl, Heart of Krosa. As far as our opening hand goes, yes, we will definitely keep on this one. This has some wonderful action. We got Cultivate, Lana War Elves, we've got a Turtle Witness to bring anything back, and we have a wonderful card draw source in Rishkar's Expertise. So, and also we've got Mono Green versus Mono Green, so we'll just have some fun today. It's going to lead off with Lana War Elves, and then anything else we will pass the turn over to our opponent. But yes, welcome to Kamahl, Heart of Krosa. And also I have my production assistant with me, Loretta. She's sitting in my lap right now, so we'll see. She just took her passy out, so we'll see if there's any extra commentary she wants to give for today's video. So let's go. There we go. She dropped it. All right, so let's put her down. Oh, there we go. There we go, partner. All right, so let's go to our main phase, and let's make the lane drop for the turn. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, and this is going to be wonderful. Let's go for Cultivate. And then let's grab this forest and grab this forest. Let's put this forest on the battlefield, this forest into our hand, and then anything else past the turn to our opponent. We're playing Kamahl, Heart of Krosa. At the beginning of combat on your turn, creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. Then for a 2-mana activation, target land you control becomes a 1/1 elemental creature token with vigilance, indestructible, and haste. It is still a land. Playing gets Titania. Whenever Titania enters the battlefield, return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then whenever a land you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, create a 5/3 green elemental creature token. And I think we've got Titania in here. And also, shout out to our opponent for rocking the mono white forest over there. Looking pretty solid. Ooh, and we have Tindershoot Dryad. Yeah, what we're trying to do with this deck is really just kind of flood the board. If we can just already on turn 3 start to just spam some tokens out there, I think that sounds like a pretty good plan. So let's get Tindershoot Dryad down and then anything else past the turn to our opponent. So we did cover both commanders. Let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, TCG Player. If you'd like to go through the forest with Kamahl, consider using my TCG affiliate link. That's going to allow you to help support the channel at the same time and allow you to get some cards. Also, let's give a quick shout out to MTGOTraders. If you're going to play the brand new Commander Legends set on Magic Online, it is available and they have the cards, so be sure to check them out. Also, let's give a quick shout out to Ink Gaming. If you go to inkgaming.com/jolt, that's going to give you 10% off of your order. And while you're there, check out some of my Mad Neon Playmat series. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to directly support cool content like this, there's a link down in the description below. But if you're keeping score at home in the forest of Mono Green versus Mono Green, it is officially free time. And our opponent, yeah, this is exactly what you want to see from Mono Green. Opponent's ramping, we're ramping. We're looking at potentially going for Eternal Witness on Cultivate. I think that sounds pretty good. We also do have the line of play going for Deranged Hermit. So this is pretty much, oh, that's going to be Transformation. But yeah, I like that. So with Rec Sage, we can actually drop in Rec Sage, destroy that, and then start to get those tokens back going again. I think that sounds like a pretty good bet. And, you know, if our opponent had any sort of troublesome artifact, I feel like they would have gone for it already. So that's going to be 5 mana. Yeah, I like doing this. So let's go Gilded Lotus. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get down Gilded Lotus. It's going to be triple green for Rec Sage. I like that. Pop Kindler's Transformation. Yes, definitely need to do that building. We have freed the Tindershoot Dryad. It's no longer an elk. Yeah, let's go and push him with the crew. That's going to be 3 coming across. Put them down to 27, and then anything else past the turn to our opponent. But yeah, as far as the game plan for this deck, basically what I did is I took my initial Kamahl build. Yes, I know. She's excited. She wants us to get Kamahl down. We can't get it down just yet, but maybe next turn. We'll see. That's going to be 4. That's going to be 3 and 4. That's going to be 7, 8. So if we hit the land draw, actually, we can just straight up just cast Kamahl, and that'll be enough to deal some pretty good damage. But yeah, this is my initial Kamahl build, and all I did was just kind of tweak a few cards here and there. One of the good things about Mono Green, yes, I know, baby, is that with Mono Green, you know, the core of the deck is really just getting a bunch of creatures out there. You know, with the switch from Kamahl to this, the only thing is that we're just getting, instead of having to pay for that Stampede effect out of Kamahl, just getting a beginning of combat trigger for free is one of the best things out there. Now, you do lose the activated ability with Kamahl. If you're in a position to where, you know, do we build the old Kamahl? Do we build the new Kamahl? I really like the new Kamahl because even though 8 mana is a lot, you can see that we're about to be on turn 5 and we've already got the option to go for Kamahl. So between ramping and just having that enter the battlefield and getting that static effect, that adds up pretty quick. So, all right, Poto's going to go for Titania. Let's see what they end up bringing back. That's going to be Buried Ruin. Yeah, they can pop a land if they want to. It's really not going to matter. And they don't have the mana for it. Now, if we're going to end up going for the +3/+3, we're going to be able to swing in with a pretty good chunk of creatures. And also with Reclamation Sage, we still have Eternal Witness. So we can actually bring back, swing in Rec Sage, bring that back as out of the graveyard if we were thinking about that. But with these sapling tokens out there, yeah, I think ooh, an Avenger of Zendikar. Okay, so we're looking, yeah, we want to deal some pretty good damage. So let's go for Kamahl. This is going to be triple green. They're tapped out. I like doing this. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Look at this, baby. Oh, this is beautiful. Let's go to our combat step. Let's get that free stampede trample effect, and that's going to be a 6/6/5/5. If they want to trade with Titania, I think we might make that trade. Let's just go to our tech step first. Let's get our command boxes closed out. Let's swing in the Reclamation Sage, sapling. And they're going to have to, yeah, I like swinging in with Tindershoot Dryad because that gives our opponent a pretty good option. We can swing in with Tindershoot. If they want to make the trade with Titania, that's pretty much going to be their entire turn next turn trying to deal with it. And then if they don't, then, we get in for some extra damage. So anything else past the turn. But yeah, look at that. That's turn 5. This is exactly what you want to be doing with mono green. One of the good things about having Kamahl have such a high converted mana cost is that you get that. It's not like you have to cast it and then go for that activated ability. You can see we're simply just spending that 8 mana, getting that creature on the battlefield, then getting that upkeep trigger. You can just really just kind of keep the value rolling by swinging at your opponent. That's going to be a Hurricane for 7. Uh-oh. That's going to clear the board. And each but that's going to get our opponent. It's going to put him down to -2. There we go. I know, baby. I don't know what that was, but anyway, we're gonna get it on this one. So with the our opponent just said Hurricane, so they said good game, so I guess they didn't have a line of play outside of this one. But yeah, you can see we're just simply getting your commander down, and then the following turn, you're in mono green, you untap with a bunch of mana. You're gonna be able to get some really good value board states, especially if you start popping some of those lands. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hey, and baby's playing with the plastic bottle right now. Like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Kamahl, Heart of Krosa. As far as our opening hand, yeah, do we want to keep on this one? We got Beast Whisper. And I'm actually okay with shipping this one back. Yeah, let's do that. And, ooh, man, that is a hand right there. And then, uh-oh, baby's playing with stuff on the shelf. If you didn't hear that, that's my production assistant. She didn't see the red light was on. And so we'll figure that out. But yeah, we'll keep on this one. Let's see if we get lucky and hit a land. I know, you're not supposed to keep one-landers like that, baby. Let's go ahead and put Rishkar's Expertise on the bottom and then anything else. Okay, but yes, welcome to Kamahl. So yeah, unfortunately, had a little bit of a rough start with baby in here. But yes, welcome to Kamahl. She started playing with something on the shelf. So now we kept a one-lander, hoping that we hit 3 visits. I know that's very risky. But hey, we're here to have some fun. Let's go and choose Tails on this Mana Crypt trigger. Oh, just like we drew it up. All right, so it's going to be 3 visits into Mana Crypt. There we go. Let's grab ourselves an extra forest, and then we still have 2 mana that we can go for. Yeah, I think at this point we'll just simply pass the turn. But yes, welcome to Kamahl. Some mono green good stuff. That was a one-lander with Mana Crypt into 3 visits, keeping our fingers crossed for a forest, and the magic gods did look down on us. So playing against the same opponent is I don't know how this video is going to edit, but we just got done playing Kamahl versus Titania, so we'll see what sort of fun stuff our opponent has. And they're rocking the mono white mountains in their Godo deck, which is pretty cool to see. So, all right, so we run into Inscription of Abundance, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I think at this point, yeah, there's nothing can't go for Kamahl. Inscription's going to be something that we're going to take a look at here in just a second. So yeah, we're simply just going to go and pass the turn, keep our fingers crossed for that Tindershoot Dryad, and then go from there. Playing against Godo, Bandit Warlord. Whenever Godo enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an equipment card, and if you do, put it onto the battlefield. Yep. If you do, whenever Godo attacks for the first time each turn, untap it, and all samurai you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase, and it's going to be Iron Mirror on the battlefield. See what they're tapping out for 3. But yeah. It's officially free time. Let's have some fun. Right now, we're looking for a land. Once we get down Tindershoot Dryad, that's really going to allow us to kind of start churning some stuff out. And that's going to be Burnished Heart. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we draw into. Yeah, I'm recording with my production assistant Loretta this morning, and she's getting to the end of uh, her work time. She needs to go take a nap, probably. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get down Elvish Mystics. If you're hearing some random noises, that is it. We're about to take care of that here in just a second. So anything else, we're going to pass turn. So Elvish Mystic, unfortunately, we didn't hit the lane for the turn, but Elvish Mystic will put us into that 5 mana. It's going to allow us to go for Tindershoot Dryad. At the very least, if we can at least hit a land next turn, we're going to be online for Staff of Nin, and that's going to allow us to really get that card draw going. And also, being able to tap down Staff of Nin to pop something like Iron Mirror. That is always a good feeling. We've got some good options too. Outside of Tindershoot Dryad, we've got Biogenic Ooze. When you're playing a commander like Kamahl that cares about getting a bunch of creatures on the battlefield, you really want to hit some of these mono green just value creatures. Being able to power out a token turn after turn, that's really, unfortunately, Biogenic Ooze is not going to be turn after turn, but you have that activated ability. You just want to have some sort of way to cheaply keep getting creatures on the battlefield, whether it's the Deranged Hermit series, where you can get a bunch of squirrels going, whatever that may be. Just simply flooding the board with creatures, because really the payoff spell that you're looking for is going to be Kamahl or Overwhelming Stampede, something just to give your creatures +3, +4, Overwhelming Stampede. I think it's equal to the power of the creature that you control, the highest power or something like that. And all right, so one to flip on that. Let's see what we rip between. That's going to be Mary's Guile. So we are sitting at 5 mana, and I guess at this point, and that's going to be elementals to any target. So if we end up getting that, that's going to be the -2 with Chandra on Tindershoot Dryad. If we end up going with Biogenic Ooze, that'll be that target too. Let's drop in Tindershoot Dryad, because that's going to force them to go for the minus activation with Chandra. And then potentially that might kind of keep them off any sort of extra shenanigans with Godo. That might be the extra 2 mana that they want to use to go for some sort of equip or something like that. So once we get these sapling tokens going, hopefully that'll work out. But yeah, what I'm talking about flooding the board is basically I'm talking to the people. If you've never built mono green, this is a very good place to start. You always want to add your own little flavors and seasoning to the deck of what makes you happy. But swarm the board with tokens, get down value threats like Tindershoot Dryad, and then once you get that rocking and rolling, simply just cast a Overwhelming Stampede or anything like that, and that's some good magic right there. It's always a lot of fun. Now, we do have some new cards in the deck. We have Kamahl's Wheels. Take a look at this. Commander Legends. If you control a commander, as you cast a spell, you may choose both. Any number of lands become 1/1 elemental creatures. Very nice, especially when you're trying to jam something like Kamahl. And then choose target creature you don't control. Each creature you control deals damage equal to its power to that creature. So this is a really good way to... unfortunately, with it having Indestructible, it's not going to work out. But this is a very good mono green spell. Even if you're not running a Kamahl deck, simply being able to turn all of your lands into creatures with Indestructible, that's a very good effect. You can swing in for certain planeswalkers, at the table, different things like that. And also, it just fits in very well with mono green being able to utilize your lands as creatures. Now, with the old Kamahl, you would turn your creatures into lands, and then they weren't indestructible. So with a lot of the new turning your lands into creatures, they're going to give them indestructible, which is a very nice thing to see. So then outside of that, we do have Inscription of Abundance, which is new for the deck. Choose this if it was kicked. Put 2/+1 counters on target creature, gains X life, or target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. It's just always nice to have different modal effects like that. So, all right, this could be Helm of the Host, and... is that? We'll see. So here's the deal with Godo. I hardly ever play against Godo, and I know there's just so many ways that you can take advantage of Godo going infinite. So we're gonna let that 3 come in. I think that's just a Helm of the Host, I guess. Oh, and excuse me, so our opponent is gonna be able to go infinite on this one. Yes, so they're gonna get it on this one. Let's kind of let this play out real quick. We'll see it kind of going. But yeah, so we could block on this to trade on some of these tokens, but at the beginning of combat, it's going to keep coming through. So yeah, check that out. Looking pretty cool. So even if we do end up blocking on one of the creatures, you're still going to get that. And yeah, it's always cool to kind of see Helm of the, what is it? Helm of the Host. I don't play with this card a lot, and that's one of those that give you some really nice value. But yes, opponent's going to be able to go infinite on this one. We'll let these last 3 swing in. It's going to knock us down to 9, and then we will go ahead and scoop it up because we're going to have that infinite loop of being able to get Godo going across like that. So, unfortunately, we did get some good trades in here with Mono Green Stomping versus Godo Infinite, but yeah, especially if you're a red mage, something like Godo with Helm of the Host, a little expensive on that, but you can see where it allowed them to close the game out, getting a ton of Godos out there. So, anyways, if you enjoyed the video, hey, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.